You know how fast you're going?
What? How fast you going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest, and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency.
Welcome to MOTORCOP Chronicles Podcast. This is our midweek news. Me and Doc Holiday. Unfortunately, he couldn't be in studio today with us. It is some nasty, nasty weather where we are at right now. And I told him I'll be getting out in this rain and taking a chance. So we're doing it telephonically.
That was pretty nice of you. Making sure, you know, if I had rubber boots and a little Piro or kayak or something like that to get up to the studio. So
yeah,
thanks for looking out for me.
If it keeps raining, you're going to need the USS Minnow. So
yeah,
it's going to be pretty bad.
Rough.
So
yes.
Hopefully next Wednesday when we're doing this, he will. Well, I'll video him. We actually got him a little outfit to put on to look like Doc Holiday as best we can, and I hope y'all going to enjoy that anyway. Got the mustache, the hat, and some other stuff. I went and bought it today. It ought to be interesting, and he'll be here with me instead of me by myself.
I love it.
So the first story we decided to talk about today, before we get into the major ones, of course, as everybody knows about. Let me pull it up here. The first one we're going to be talking about is, it's going to be about this fella right here. Pretty little picture of him. And unfortunately, he was a police officer in Port Allen, Louisiana. I'll read the story. It's from Port Allen. Port Allen Police Chief Corey Hicks said one of his officers is facing charges after an investigation into a complaint about an incident involving unnecessary use of a taser. The officer, the officer, oh, they're getting bad. It's getting bad with these tasers. This was Nolan. I'm going to try to pronounce it, Dehan III. I'm taking. He's been charged with malfeasance and aggravated battery. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and read this to anybody that was just listening. It says Port Allen police officer stunned a 67-year-old with a taser as the man screamed for help while handcuffed in the backseat of a police vehicle during an arrest last month. According to a probable cause affidavit accusing the officer of felony battery and malfeasance, the incident happened early morning on March 29th. As Officer Nolan Dion III was detaining a man on the 1100 block of Avenue C, states report obtained Monday by this media outlet. Officers responded after receiving a call about a man breaking windows at home. Police say the man suspected of the disturbance surrendered to officers upon their arrival. After bringing the man to a police vehicle, the report states other officers heard him call for help moments later. Scream again. Go ahead. Scream. Dehan.
Help! Help!
Help me, Jesus! Dehan allegedly said before pressing his taser into the man's body and activating it twice in 10 seconds while the man sat in the vehicle's back seat.
That's
he then told the man, "You understand me?" before shutting the door, the report states. Now, let me tell you something. I was a taser instructor for a long, long time.
I don't think that was in the class, was it?
100% it wasn't. And I'm gonna go listen. This guy, first of all, this dude should be arrested and convicted of the battery and the malfeasance. But not only that, he needs to have a civil rights or federal civil rights violation put on him. And you and I have had these discussions before where, once a guy's handcuffed, fight's over. It's done. Shut the door. He can scream, holler. He can beat his head up against the wall, shit on himself, whatever he wants to do. Fight's over. It's done.
Yeah, he's not hurting you any, so he can't.
No,
and this guy was 67 years old.
Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Well,
and I'm all about giving somebody their issue when they deserve it. But this is insanity, bro.
Well, it says this was all caught on body cam too. I'd like to see that body cam footage.
You and me both.
Sounds like this poor old fella is probably gonna get a payday from Port Allen Police Department or City of Port Allen, whatever. That's
about the second or third payday that they've had to give out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the live, Anita Live, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and another service. You can see the picture of them up there. I just don't understand it. Some of these, I've been in situations before, and it you can lose your cool, but you got to learn how to control yourself. So, I mean, this guy, like I said, I don't know if he'll do any time, but he did lose his job. Hopefully he probably won't get a job anywhere else, because you just can't do that shit. Especially, I mean, the dude's handcuffed, and I don't know what the backstory totally was. I mean, but the old man, he's 67. Right. I mean, I've met some pretty stout 67-year-olds, but still, you're handcuffed and everything. He was basically tasing him just for I don't know, just
because he
pissed him off or something. Yeah,
he lost his cool, and the thing about it is doing this type of work, you have to be able to control your emotions. You have to.
Yes.
And especially with a 67-year-old man, bro. Come on.
And you on camera. You wearing the camera. You're videotaping this incident. You have to know. You have to know.
Nolan Dion III probably isn't real high up on the intelligent quotient list. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm pretty much this guy's probably low hanging fruit.
Well, he might have been one that should have been hired in the first place. And just warning ahead of time, people, on this one. And I'm still active. Doc Holiday was a police officer for a very, very long time, and he's out of the career there. But when we get these stories, and I am pro police, but if you fuck up, I'm gonna say you fucked up. I'm not me nor him are gonna sit here and say, oh, well, this or well that. No, you fucked up. This guy fucked up. Right. So trigger warning, especially for the rest of it that's coming up. So trigger warning on that. So we're going to get to the next little story here, because like I said, the last two are going to be the other ones everybody else is talking about. This beautiful lady right here. She's just gorgeous.
Are you getting an echo?
I can't tell if I'm hearing that. Is your sound off on your Facebook?
Hang on one sec. I think it is. I'm illiterate when it comes to these types of things, man. Just tell me what to go get, and I'll go get it.
Oh well.
That's the way I am.
This is our first one like this, so we will figure it out. Anyway,
it's good. There's no echo on my end.
All right.
So I'm good.
This lovely lady here, it looks like she might be crying in this picture. This is out of New Orleans. This Louisiana woman, she was working as a 911 dispatcher for Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. She is accused of refusing to return more than $1.2 million mistakenly deposited into her bank account, authorities said. Keelan Spadoni, I believe, 33 of Harvey, Louisiana, was arrested Wednesday and charged with the theft valued over $25,000, bank fraud, and illegal transmission of monetary funds. Sheriff's office spokesperson Jason Rivadera told NOLA.com. Spadoni has been a dispatcher for the sheriff's office for 4.5 years, according to the sheriff's office. According to authorities, Charles Schwab and Company had mistakenly deposited money into her account. She's being sued in federal. Yeah, she thought she was rich. She's being sued in federal court by a brokerage firm accusing her of avoiding their call. So according to the story, it sounds like they realized what they did. They went to take the money out of her account. I guess when she saw that she had $1.2 million in her account, she took the money and moved it to another bank somewhere else. She transferred all the money. She was like, fuck this. These motherfuckers, I know this ain't my money, but I'm going to let me move this shit. Me personally, if I looked at my account and saw $1.2 million, my ass driving to the bank and say, hey, y'all motherfuckers fucked up. Get this shit out of my account. Because they going to notice that $1.2 million is missing.
Well, Keita decided that that 1.2 was going to go elsewhere.
Well, some of it, quite a bit of it did, because she went and bought herself a house and a fucking brand new car.
A Kia, son.
Kia. She bought her. At least she didn't go buy no like Beamer or Jaguar or Porsche or something. But she did. She went and bought herself a brand new car and a fucking house. She spent like over 200. Like she spent like 200,000 of it or some shit like that. And I think she got arrested. Her bail is set at $50,000. So it's like she's like, do they take the house back from her? I mean, I guess she paid cash for the house and car.
Oh yeah, well, I mean they're gonna confiscate the house.
Well, she's gonna need the house for bond. But
yeah, Keita just said, you know what, the hell with this, cuz I got me some money, and I'm going on a shopping spree. It's time for Christmas in March.
I tell you what, I don't understand why anyone would see that kind of money in their account. Just like, fuck it, I'm keeping that shit. Like I said, I could see if the bank fucked up and gave you a couple $100 or something like that. You might miss that in your account or something. I mean, I'm not. Yeah. But like I said, when you are a dispatcher and all of a sudden you got $1.2 million. It's like,
here's the thing.
Somebody fucked up.
Here's the funny thing about that. Reading that whole story, it was like she looked at it and said, I got 1.2 million, cuz. Let me go ahead and run on over here and get this shit out of this account and put it back in this account so these homies can't get in touch with it.
Well, she must have moved it to a whole different bank. Because if she used the same bank,
put it in her. Yeah, she put it. It was a trading fund through Charles Schwab, and I guess whatever it is, they give an alert. She was supposed to get like $82. That's not a big discrepancy. 82 and 1.2 million.
Oh, I mean, Trisha already said she thought she had a $1.2 million stimulus check. So she
got that stimmy.
She's like, yep. I don't know how many kids she got, but that'd be a fuckload of kids if you got a 1 point. Jeez.
Got that stimmy,
Yeah. This woman here, I mean, well, she had a pretty decent job, it sounded like, and everything else, and now she don't have any of that shit. So, this lady right here, like I said, another one in law enforcement, another person, and just making stupid ass decisions. I mean, at least she didn't tase nobody. But
that would have been like the trifecta of that. First of all,
God. Now she's unemployed, jailed, and back broke again. So
gonna have her a felony record.
Oh yeah, it's in that $200,000 she spent. You can bet your ass they're gonna probably take that house and that car and whatever they don't get from it, they're gonna make her. She's gonna have a hell of a restitution. I can tell you that.
Oh, she's gonna have to make restitution for all of it. There's no doubt. I mean,
well, I think they got all the rest of it back except around close to 200,000. So she's gonna owe 200,000 at least if they take the house and the car back, which they're not gonna. The car, if she let's for instance, she spent 20,000 on the car. I don't know how much the key is, but let's say 20,000 on the car. The car's used now, so that only go get like 12,000 for it. So she's gonna owe that extra, and then the house, I don't know, $100,000 house. So she's probably gonna owe, even if they sell the house back, she's still gonna owe money. Plus, she's gonna be a felon for the rest of her life. And but I don't know if that's a good defense or not. So I just thought it was my stimulus check.
Keto gonna have to sell a lot of that booty to make up for that.
Lord. All right, let's see here.
God, how stupid can you be?
About that stupid. All right, the next one we're going to talk about. A lot of people, everybody probably been paying attention to the news. I guess most people pay attention to the news anyway. Is the one where the Virginia cops pepper sprayed the Army lieutenant. Now, I'm pretty sure Doc has maybe some of the same things that I have on it also. Hold on. I hit the wrong damn thing. All right, I'm going to pull up the video of it real quick. And I think y'all should be able to hear sound. It's my first time trying to play sound through the video, so here it goes.
Traffic stop at BP.
Going back.
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window!
Felony traffic stop, 1836.
Put your hands out the window! Turn the vehicle off! Put your hands out the window!
How many occupants?
All units 1013.
Now, at this point, they do what they were supposed to do. But I've heard different things. He says he turned his flashers on and drove to the gas station. If he did this, he is totally fine. I've had people do this to me before in some of the areas I worked, especially when it's dark.
Right.
They'll turn their flashers on, slow down, and drive to a better location. When they turn their flashers on and slow down some, I know what they're doing.
Right, absolutely.
So if he did this, they should not be doing this. Now, if he didn't, the felony, I'll be doing a felony stop also. Okay.
So let me back up what you just said. Whenever you put your flashers on any vehicle, whether that car is running or not running, what happens?
What, your flashers?
Yeah.
They're flashing.
They're flashing.
Yeah, but like in the video, I didn't see them flashing.
There were no flashing lights.
I didn't see any flashers on either.
And let me go ahead and let me preface what else is going to happen with my own opinion of this. If you're in a vehicle and you start recording an interaction with cops, there's two things going on. Number one, you'll want something to happen. And number two, you're a dickhead, period.
Well, that's me. I'm thinking he wasn't that, me personally, I'm thinking he wasn't that scared driving there. He was getting his Facebook Live going because he's on Facebook Live as this is going on. So let's go on and see what else happens on here.
Yeah, he's a dickhead, straight up. So.
How many occupants are in the vehicle?
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door.
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out the car.
Right there, he's like, I'm not getting out of the vehicle. I'm looking at his demeanor, okay? He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing right now.
Absolutely, he does.
And what pisses me off is that he is an Army lieutenant.
Yep.
Who's used to giving orders and taking orders.
Yep.
And he knew exactly what he was doing at this point right now.
And he should be court-martialed and he should be kicked
Well,
out.
I
of the
actually
Army.
read a fucking other article where the Army people were like, "Oh, we're so proud of me. He just did such." I'm like, really, really?
He's a dickhead.
No, he's not doing that at all.
He's a dickhead. He's a disgrace to the uniform.
I accidentally went too far. So let's keep.
In the vehicle.
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door.
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now. Open the door and get out the car.
Hold.
Now, right there, I don't know why he started approaching. Because he's got illegal tinted windows in the vehicle. It appears to be anyway. So he can't see if anybody else is inside that car.
Right.
I don't know why that younger guy started approaching. I wouldn't have done that at that moment right there. I'd have still been holding.
No, and see, if you can see in the video as well, his feet are on the brakes. That's brake lights.
Yeah, right there.
That's not running lights. That's brake lights. And, you know, people can sit here and they can say whatever they want to say and bitch and moan and groan. Oh, they went after the black man. They didn't. No, this guy's a dickhead. He wanted something to happen, and it happened. You know, I have an issue for two things. Number one, you're wearing a uniform, and as a vet myself, there has to be some honor in wearing the uniform, you know, in doing what you're doing. But we're in a day and age now where that isn't what happens.
And he don't look very scared.
He's a dick.
So let's see.
Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car.
What's
now.
going on?
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
I'm serving this country, and this is how I'm treated.
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I don't know, babe. Get out of the car.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
What's going on?
What's going on? You fixing to ride the lightning, son.
Now, right there, I don't think he really needed to say that.
No.
The cop didn't need to say, because I've read some stories where they were saying, oh, well, he was talking about executing them. He told him he was going to ride the lightning. That's the thing.
The lightning.
That's the thing where they used to tell people when they, like on the Green Mile, when they were going to the electric chair and stuff, no, that ain't what the fuck he meant. I know what he fucking meant, and I'm pretty sure he knew what it meant. He meant that he was going to tase him. That's what the fuck he meant. He was going to say. Should he have said that? No. I would have still stayed back, keep giving commands. At this point, I'd have stayed back. If he's refusing, I'd have gone on the radio and said, look, we got one that's refusing commands, refusing to get out the vehicle. Give me some more units over here.
Give me some more units. Send me a supervisor over here.
For him, for that older officer to say, oh, you about to ride the lightning, son? He is now, to me personally, he's getting aggravated, and he's escalating the whole situation.
100% correct on that. How many times you been tased?
I ain't never been tased. I opted out of that shit. But
I've been tased before 8 times.
But I'll tell you the truth. I have worked with a lot of people. I'm taser certified. I have a taser. I don't carry my taser on my duty belt. I still carry spray, because the spray works probably about 90% of the time.
Yes.
And the taser's probably about 60%, I'm guessing, around there,
60.
if that much. I prefer the taser. I mean, it's a good tool, but if they got too many clothes on, if you don't get a good, get a good hit on them and stuff and all that. But the older cop here, he's escalating. So I disagree with him.
Well, and the thing about it is he is 100% committed now, because he has completely lost his bearing as an officer, and he's lost control of the situation. He's lost control of his temper. So
Yeah, he totally did. So we both agree on that. He should have not said that. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Get out of the car now!
What's going on?
Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out of the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get
going
out.
on? What
Get
did
out
I
the
do?
car.
Get out now.
I have not committed any crimes.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest
For a traffic-
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for
For a
obstruction of justice.
traffic violation, I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your hands.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me,
Get out
please. Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not
Get
a
your
problem.
hands off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir,
Get out of the
All right, now to me, from watching the more veteran cop, I'm assuming, because the other guy, he looks really young. Watching his body language, he said he was under arrest, and he said he was detained. The way he's speaking, his adrenaline is through the roof. He's not, and he is not in control of his emotions at this moment right now.
Nope.
At all.
He's not.
He's
not.
He's totally not in control. Actually, the younger guy there seems like he's way more in control than what the older guy is.
Yeah, and he even told him. He said, "Bro, just get out, cooperate, get out of the vehicle." And
I think at this point, the guy's hands are up. Okay. Personally, I still wouldn't have approached. I'd have waited for more units to get there. But if I had approached like they did, and both of his hands are out, he's not being verbally aggressive or anything like that, I'd have probably still had my gun out. I'd have lowered it to a ready gun position, and I'd have told him. He's like, and he keeps saying, "I'm saying, sir, we pulled you over because you don't have a license plate on your vehicle."
Yeah, whatever.
And if you watch in the beginning of the video, if you look, they say he did have a temporary tag. They got these windows tinted so dark you can't see the temporary tag. I've pulled many people over for not having a license plate, and then you can see it in there. And I'm like, look, you need to put it somewhere where it's visible. If they would at this point told him, hey, just get out the car so we can talk to you, I'd have lowered my gun down. I might even holster it up because his hands are visible, and he's in uniform. And say, look, just step out. We're going to talk. The reason you don't have a license plate. He says, oh, I got a temporary tag. I'd have just said,
show me.
Yeah, let's see it. All right. At that point, the whole situation's over. All right, dude. Sorry about it. Look, next time do this or that. And the whole situation could have been done. The older cop, he's to the point he's pissed. I believe he's pissed off because the guy's just totally refusing to listen to him is what it is.
100% correct.
He should have de-escalated.
Yeah, and and I think if you look at the whole situation, start to finish, and it's fairly long video. This and cops are the worst at armchairing stuff. Armchair quarterbacking things, but Jesus Christ, if the guy's sticking his hands out the window, calm down. Just calm down.
Now, is Mr. Army Man being a dickhead? And
he's a dick.
And at this point though, he's still passively resisting. Okay, even though he's not being verbally abusive, he's got his hands up. He's not following commands. He's still resisting arrest at this point. So
right. And guess what? On the use of force continuum, depending on what agency you're with, either spray or taser is your go-to. Correct?
Yes. After I know the agencies I've worked for, it's verbal commands, and you'll go straight from verbal commands to either, depending on situation, to straight to a taser, or I know the last department I worked for, if I remember correctly, after 3 or 4 verbal commands and they refused, I mean, you go straight to spray. You just spray them.
Yeah. Spray was second on the list. Yep.
So right now, I mean, the whole situation's getting worse and more fucked up because of emotions at this point.
Hey, get out of the car now.
Don't do. I'm trying to talk to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm
talk.
gonna talk. Get out. Just get out of my
Relax.
car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right now.
Now, at this point, he's reaching inside that fucking car. If this dude had really, really bad intentions, he could have grabbed the cop's arm,
Beat the shit out of him.
or
Shot him in the head.
just gassed it and took off down the road with him and drug him down the road. I would never reach inside that vehicle like that.
Oh,
you
no.
don't know.
And listen, you and I have probably been on just multiple, many felony stops. The only time I would reach in a vehicle for any instance like that on a felony stop would be if there was somebody in that vehicle that I was trying to rescue, period. Otherwise, that dude can get on and, hey, guess what? We're going to go on down the interstate and we're going to pursue some more. And you're going to wreck and kill yourself, and I'm going to be happy. And that's going to be the end of it.
Oh, yeah. So.
How you treat a vet? I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're going to treat me?
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Back
What's going? Hold on. Watch it.
Air 4 OC's deployed. Get out of the car!
Lieutenant's a dickhead. He's a straight up dick.
I don't know what kind of spray they're using. It almost looked like a freaking aerosol the way it came out of there in that cone. Did you see that? It wasn't a stream.
Skeet. Get you a little bit of that, Ray.
So but if the older cop here would have just controlled his emotions a little bit more, was the Army lieutenant wrong also? Yeah. All he had to do was step out. All he had to do was step out of the vehicle. So they got fault on both of them at this point.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not protecting the older cop. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, he was right. No, he was 100% out the box on an adrenaline dump and didn't recognize it and exacerbated the problem by doing what he did. You know,
his adrenaline was probably already up, thinking he was in a car chase.
Sure.
So that's when you got to control yourself in those situations.
Get out of the car now! Car now!
Sir, just get out of the car. I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now!
That's up. That's really up.
Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're going to get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt. Can you?
Take your seatbelt.
All right, now him telling him to get out of the car, he's going to get it again. Spraying the guy a second time is not going to make it hurt any worse than it's already hurting him. So let the spray do its job at this point.
Right.
Spraying him again is not going to make it any worse.
Get out of the car.
Can you please?
Get out of the car now. Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just going to please.
You're going to do what you're told. Get out of the car.
Look.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the...
Look.
Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
My hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out, please.
No. This right here. It's none of this is funny, but the older cop here, the younger guy was going to go in there and undo the guy's seatbelt for him. Most likely because he knows the guy can't see shit.
He can't see. Don't know where he's at.
He tells him, don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there. I'm thinking.
The devil just peed in his face, so it's a bad thing.
But didn't you just fucking reach in the car? You're going to tell that young cop not to do it. But didn't your ass just reach in that car with the door closed, which was way more dangerous?
Well, if nothing else, I mean, go to the passenger side, open up.
Yeah.
You know, and here's another thing, Ice. Here's another thing. They still have not cleared that vehicle and don't know who else is in that vehicle. Still.
No, the guy said he had a dog in the vehicle, I believe. So they lucky.
He said nobody else was in the vehicle, and
he said his dog was.
Yeah, and they have tinted windows, dark tinted windows.
But you don't know. He could be lying. He could be laying down.
Exactly. So I ain't into that.
I'd have still been back giving them commands, waiting on backup units.
Bruh, I would be sitting there drinking coffee and listening to Pandora or whatever else was on the radio until I had 15 other units over there.
So, That's you're getting close to.
Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now.
Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt
Right
off.
there, he said his dog.
What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. You just complied. Get out of the car.
I agree with Mr. Emotional right there at that point, though. He did make it way more difficult than this had to be. Like I said, that when he went Facebook Live, he already had something on his mind.
Absolutely. He's wanting a payday, bro.
And the guy right here, the older guy, he just let him suck him right on into it.
Right on into it.
Reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight on the ground.
Chucked him right
Straight onto the ground.
In the day and age that we're in
Is your
right
commanding
now,
officer?
the bald-headed fat cop.
He ought
Done
to.
policing, bro.
Oh yeah,
Crap.
he ought to known better though. I mean, I
He's
watch
done.
myself all the time. I get people all the time that try to they'll say little trigger words just to see how you react.
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
I laughed at him.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now.
on.
Get on the ground. You're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going
ground. Get on the ground now.
Well, I mean, all he had to do at this point was just get on the ground. So he's still resisting.
Yes, sir.
So everybody can say what they want to, but he's still resisting.
Why am I being treated like this?
If
Why?
you're not cooperating, get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really
And
messed
see,
up.
again,
Come on, sir. Well, just
you know,
this is really.
I've already sprayed him. I've already done that. As soon as he would have stepped out, I'm in this felony stop or whatever it is. I'm face planting this dude in the concrete.
Oh yeah. You could see when they had his arms and they were trying to get him on the ground. He's not fighting. He's not fighting nobody. He's not physically fighting, but he's resisting.
He's tensed up. He's defensive resistance. I mean, he's going face first into the concrete. I'm committed at that point. That's what's got to happen.
Now,
You know?
what I don't. Now, I understand if I remember everything correctly and read it correctly. Both of those cops got fired.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, I can maybe see why the older cop got fired, maybe but I don't know their policy and procedure. Well, they say they didn't arrest this dude, and I don't even think they gave him a ticket. So what the fuck did they do with him? They said, "Oh, my bad," and let him go. I mean, he done resisted arrest and stuff. If you done went through all of this already, he should have been he should have been 10-15 on his way to jail.
Absolutely.
So, and plus,
No doubt.
whenever I have sprayed a suspect, before we ever leave to jail, ambulance is on the way. He's going to be checked out because I sprayed him before we ever go anywhere. I'm going to have him
Before we leave
medically
the
clear.
scene.
Yes. So, if they didn't do all that, I can understand. But to me, the younger guy was being polite and everything else. I don't understand why he was fired. Maybe suspended or something like that. Reprimanded. But for the younger guy to get fired, I don't agree with that at all. The older guy, I mean, they messed up when they didn't make the arrest. He resisted arrest. They should have made the arrest at that point. You don't went hands on. You don't spray this dude. You have to do something. And they didn't do none of that. So that's where they totally fucked up there.
Yeah, and I mean, even common sense would tell you if you use any kind of force on anybody, whatever it is, you know, the old PPCT strong arm takedown, you know, or SSGT, whether you do a 2-on-1 takedown, or whatever it is that you do, you know, if you spray them, if you tase them, or whatever that you do, common sense tells you, okay, I've just done something where this guy's heart rate is going to be up, his respiratory rate is going to be up, everything that's going on with him physiologically. I need to get medical professionals over here to look at him to make sure that, number one, he's okay, that he's breathing normally, he's getting good oxygen exchange. You know, he's not going into respiratory arrest or cardiac arrest. You know, whatever it is at that point, you put the onus on the medical field. Okay, the medical professionals come back, looked at him, they checked him out, checked his heart, checked his blood pressure, checked his respiratory rate, said he was good to go. All right.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't arrest the dude. So, like I said, they both got fired.
And then you put handcuffs on him, take his ass to jail.
Yeah, I don't agree with I don't agree with that young guy getting fired.
Absolutely.
He was basically just doing what he was told by the senior officer. You can tell, but the other guy, he has emotions get to him. But to say it's all on the older guy or on the cop's fault, no. This guy went Facebook Live before he got there. He knew what he was doing. I don't believe he was scared at fucking all.
No, he wasn't scared. He wanted to get paid.
That's what he did. The older cop fucked up. The Army guy, to me, is a piece of shit also, because he knew what the fuck he was doing. If he'd just pulled over and waited and got out the vehicle, they'd have said, "Oh, we're sorry, we just didn't see your tag." And if he says, "Look, why didn't you pull over?" Well, I didn't pull over because it was a dark area and I just wanted to come to a well-lit area. And they'd have probably said, "But my tag's right here. I apologize." I guarantee you the whole thing would have been over and done, no tickets, and everybody would have went home. But you got this motherfucker supposed to be a professional. The Army, the lieutenant, supposed to be a whole lieutenant in the Army.
Thank you.
And you acting like this, and then some of these Army, higher up Army people are like saying, "You so proud of them?" Man, what the fuck? Is the military turning into a bunch of fucking woke pussies too?
Yes,
that's what it seems like to me.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, if I pull somebody over and they're in a uniform, and they get out and say, "Hey, look, man, I just got off a drill, or I'm going home, I'm gonna leave, or whatever," this is what I'm going to say. "Here's the reason why I pulled you over. I didn't see your tag. Thank you for your service, bro. Have a good night. Drive safe." That's a wrap. Done deal.
I don't think that Army guy wanted that. He knows what's been going on. He knows how to news it. He did this shit to help instigate it, and the fucking older cop fell right into the fucking trap.
And I hope within the next couple of weeks he gets his ass handed to him by somebody. Sorry, I'm drinking whiskey right now and I don't care.
So he's
a dickhead.
That's our opinion on that one. The older cop let his motions get to him and got sucked in by this fucking Army lieutenant, which I have zero fucking respect for, because he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. All he had to do was pull over and follow commands.
Yep.
But he wanted to be a dickhead. So
it's easy. It's easy. Hey, get out of the car. Okay, sure.
But for law enforcement,
yet to see where somebody just gets out of the car when they're ordered to get out of the car, and then all of a sudden, Barney Fife opens up on them and shoots them dead right there at the side of the driver's door. It doesn't happen. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
No, it don't happen. The fucking news wants you to think it happens, but it don't happen.
It don't happen.
Well, let's get on to
next?
This second one here. This is the Daunte Wright guy. Everybody, it's all over the fucking news right now. Riots going on in fucking Minneapolis? Or so let's.
Throw out a word right
Well, right here, I always say, "Hey, come back to the back of the car and talk to him."
Oh, wow.
My thing is on this one, like I said, that's that one. The audio's not great on it. First of all, why is she the only one with a body camera on? If they have body cameras in this department, the other two didn't have any on. Second of all, she was a 26-year veteran.
Right.
Where I know in a lot of places, even some bigger departments around here, they're so shorthanded and people don't want to be cops no more because of just stupid shit. They're pulling people that been working at desk for a long time and shit like that and putting them back in the street.
Right.
If I don't know if that was the case or not, but lack of training or something on her part, she should have known that she had her gun in her hand and not a taser. That's all on her.
Okay? Oh, 100%.
Do I believe she meant to shoot him with the gun?
No.
No, it was a total accident. But you know what? In this line of work we have right here, so we all have had accidents and make mistakes, but you got to be careful because this is a deadly mistake she made.
And listen, hey, Iceman, listen, and a lot of people are going to get pissed off when I say this, but being an officer, as long as I've been an officer, as long as you've been an officer, she needs to be charged, and she was charged. She was arrested with, I think, second-degree manslaughter.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
And that's a legitimate charge. She needs to be charged. And I hate to say that, but Jesus Christ, man, if you don't know the difference between where your weapon comes from and where a taser comes from, you don't need to be doing that job, period.
No.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, I don't know if she had, like I said, I don't know her background. I don't know if she's been working behind a desk for a long time or what. But whenever I do the mistakes on that video I saw, whenever I do have someone that I know has a warrant, they told me they have a warrant, I'll say, hey, man, come back here, talk to me. I'll get them out of the vehicle to the back of their vehicle. I want them away from their car, and I'm going to close their door. When they come to the back of the car, there's 3 of y'all out there. That's when I'm going to say, hey, man, you got a warrant for your arrest. We're going to put you, we're going to arrest you for it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that way, most likely, if he's going to run, he's going to be running on foot at that point. He's not going to be able to jump in.
Run back to the car.
He's not going to jump in the car and stuff like that.
Right.
So they were wrong for trying to arrest him where they were at, in my opinion. I wouldn't do that. I don't know what was going through her mind.
Adrenaline dump.
Big time, but I mean, she had it out prior to that. I mean, was she that nervous on the stop in the beginning for it? I don't know.
Maybe not. Who knows, man?
Now, what I do want to say is you do see on the news, and like I said, trigger warning, this may piss some people off, whatever. A whole bunch of stuff we said tonight may piss some people off, but
I don't care.
She fucking wrong. She got charged properly. They didn't overcharge her like they have in some other cases going around.
Yeah, like the Chauvin.
Yeah,
Chauvin, which is horse shit.
I mean, they charged this guy with murder, and you got to have intent to murder somebody. But anyway, manslaughter charge is reasonable.
100%. I agree.
Now they're over there rioting and stuff because of it. Let the shit go to court, stuff like that. This guy was not a fucking angel, like they're trying to, some kind of fucking just. They, the news media is painting him and his family's like, oh, he's such a great guy.
What was his warrant?
The warrant, he had a warrant for, he was for first-degree aggravated robbery in December 2019, okay? That's what he failed to show up for court on. He was out on bond, okay? And the backstory on that, it said around 2:30 a.m., this is from the warrant, the report information, 2 women at a home told Wright and a driver they needed, his friend, that they needed to leave because they were at an apartment with him. He said the 2 men said he did not have a ride. The woman reportedly allowed him and his friend to spend the night. In the morning, one of the 2 women left the apartment to get $820 in cash to pay for her rent. And after paying rent, she left for work. As Wright and the guy was waiting for their rides, the other woman who stayed behind said Wright allegedly blocked the door, preventing her from leaving. He then allegedly pulled a black handgun with a silver trim out from either his right waistband or his right coat pocket, pointed it at her, and demanded the $820.
Okay.
The lady then said, "Are you serious?" To which he allegedly responded, "Give me the fucking money. I know you have it." When she asked again if he was serious, he allegedly told her, "I'm not playing around." He then allegedly choked the woman while trying to pull the cash from under her bra where she had tucked it away, which now I don't know why he ain't charged with sexual battery, because now he done stuck his hand down on her titties and stuff.
Yeah, aggravated sexual battery.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It says she was able to pry herself loose and started to kneel down and scream. She told authorities that she allegedly heard the other guy tell her to give the money to Wright, who was yelling at her to stop screaming. She reportedly screamed at them to get out of her apartment, telling them that the cops were close. Wright allegedly told her he would shoot her and said, "Give me the money and we will leave. Give me the money and we will go."
So there's about 5 charges right there that you just read off.
Then he allegedly tried to choke her a second time and tried to take her money. According to the court document, they allegedly told her to give Wright the money. The two men then left the apartment, got into a white Cadillac, and left the scene without money. The woman later identified him and another guy. Wright was arrested and later released on $100,000 bail. As a condition of his release, he was not to have contact with the victim or witnesses, had to refrain from drugs and alcohol, and could not possess a firearm.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, that just works.
Hold up. You said he grabbed her by the. First of all, he wouldn't let her leave.
Yeah, that's like kidnapping.
Yeah, that's ag kidnapping because he has a gun on him. Go ahead, continue.
Says bail was
in this state, that's an enumerated felony, which is punishable by the death penalty. I'm sorry, continue.
His bail was revoked in July because he allegedly possessed a firearm and was not keeping in touch with his probation officer.
Say it isn't so.
Yeah. The case is still pending when Wright was pulled over for having an expired license plate. Police then tried to arrest him on the outstanding warrant, failing to appear in court on the charges that he fled from officers and possessed a gun without a permit during another encounter. So anyway, when we saw the stuff, so that is the backstory on that part of it. So
yeah, that's his past, man. That was past stuff. He had gotten his flip card and he was making his way in life.
I doubt that, but for the news media, they're putting him out like he's just some poor little innocent person. Let me tell you what, the woman was totally fucking wrong. That the woman, female cop, she lack of training or whatever the reason was, she was totally fucking wrong. But
I agree 100. Yes.
Some of the blame goes on him. If he'd have never committed the first couple of crimes in the first place, he wouldn't have had a warrant on him. Or if he'd have went to court, he wouldn't have had a warrant on him. If he wouldn't have resisted arrest at this point, the accident wouldn't have happened and he wouldn't have got killed. Is it 100% her fault that she didn't have enough training and shot and killed him? Yes. But the choices he made in his whole 20 years of living, which is just crazy. You sound like he had a fucking pretty good rap sheet going already at 20 years old.
Allegedly.
His fucking, but his choices in his life led up to this incident. If he wouldn't have resisted at this point, he'd still be alive right now. So her fault, yes. But is he totally innocent in this shit? No.
No. He's about 80% to blame in this. And let me tell you, this is one thing that I call this par. Okay, this is par for the course. Personal accountability and responsibility. Par. It's par for the course because Ray decided, hey, I got a warrant and I'm going to go to jail and I ain't going to be able to go to Keita's house tonight and knock me off a piece of booty. And I ain't going to be able to do this because the white devil is going to take me and put me in jail for something that I did do whenever I tried to rob a woman of $850 and grabbed her on her titty and committed an aggravated kidnapping and also an armed robbery. So I'm going to run back to my car and I'm going to get out of here.
How far you think you're going to get? I mean, you can't run for the rest of your life. They're going to catch you. I don't know what the mind is on this. So
hey, Ray don't care. But Ray does what Ray wants to do. And now Ray is dead.
Well, now all the people in this area are peaceful protest is fine, but they have been, I'm not even going to call it looting. We're just going to call it robbing. These motherfuckers
I got another name for it, but I'll be quiet.
They fucking broke into the fucking Dollar Tree and stole all the shit out the Dollar Tree. The fucking Dollar Tree, really? Everything there's $1. They're damn near giving this shit away for free as it is. And you gonna break in and steal all the shit out the fucking Dollar Tree?
You gonna steal some Tupperware?
I mean, then also, what? I said, if you want to go out and protest and say, hey, they were wrong, and then they charged the woman, let the legal process do its thing. But you out there, I don't know if they burning shit yet, but I know they done broke into a whole bunch of business, stuff like that. What is that accomplishing? It's not accomplishing. All these motherfuckers doing that shit, all they want is it's an excuse for them to go get a bunch of free fucking shit. And if I was
need to give me some paper towels.
I think they went in a Foot Locker and all kinds of bit, but they did do a Dollar Tree. I just can't believe. I mean, if I'm gonna break the law and rob some shit, it ain't gonna be the goddamn Dollar Tree.
Hey, bro, if I can get me some of them Satan Nikes or whatever they call them.
No, they don't sell those there. You have to. You can't get them now. They got a cease and desist on Satan Nikes.
Crap, you can't go to the old Foot Locker.
No.
Snatch you up a pair.
No,
Nike
sued him and got a cease and desist order on him. But it's just like, but to me, if I was a business owner or a CEO of one of these big corporations, and every time you turn around, them fuckers are breaking your windows in and stealing all your shit. I don't care if I got insurance or not. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, you know what? Fuck this area. We're not reopening. And, if enough of them businesses do it, they won't have nothing to fucking rob. They're going to have to drive across town and go fucking shopping. I mean, it's ridiculous. So if you want to peacefully protest, go out there, hold your signs up. Justice for Daunte, however.
Absolutely.
That is fine and dandy. Don't block the street because people driving down the road, don't fuck with them. They ain't do nothing to you.
Let me say this. You just hit on something that's a huge thing. When you said, if I'm an owner of this corporation or whatever, I'm going to leave this area. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I ran a detail for a very large pharmaceutical corporation in our area. And I was responsible for 7 or 8 stores within the city. Okay. And there was one particular store. And when I tell you this, you're not going to believe me. And if I wouldn't have seen the actual documentation myself, I wouldn't believe this. But this one specific store in this area of the city did $150,000 of loss a month.
That's just crazy.
IceMan, $150,000 a month of loss. And then when they shut the doors on this place, the citizens of that area had the audacity, had the gall, had the nerve to sit here and question why this corporation is moving out. Hey, guess what? The people that live in this area are shitbags. That's why they're moving out.
Yeah, I mean, they got to make a profit. That's ridiculous. So anyway, we went.
And that's the mentality of people that police officers deal with 99% of the time. Dickheads. I'm so glad I'm out of it.
We went longer than we usually go. And I know these wasn't that funny, but the stuff that's in the news right now needs to be talked about. So basically, to recap, the first guy, the Port Allen guy, dead wrong.
Wrong.
The dispatcher, way wrong.
Wrong.
And the younger cop with the pepper spray incident, maybe suspended or something. I don't think he really did much wrong. Yeah. Older guy, he was wrong. Army lieutenant, wrong. Yep. Female cop, wrong. And Mr. Daunte, wrong also. So we got everybody wrong except one person, and he just, got caught up in the mess. I feel sorry for him. I hope, he's able to find another job somewhere else because I don't think he did anything wrong. So like I said, trigger warning. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Like I said, not all the news about cops and stuff is going to make everybody happy, and me nor Doc is going to try to sugarcoat it even when they're wrong.
That's right.
Or
That's
whoever's wrong. So,
hey, and listen, here's another thing. And if you're a true police officer and you have integrity of what that badge means to you, you're going to feel the exact same way that me and Ice feel. And there's no doubt. You're going to look at it and go, wrong, 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 wrong. So, and if you don't, maybe you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and think about what you are and what you're doing.
Exactly. So until I got part two of Gigantor episode coming out this Sunday. Not a live episode, it's pre-recorded, but I'll be releasing that this Sunday. Next Wednesday, hopefully we'll have decent weather, and Doc will be in studio with me here, and we will figure out I'm praying to God that they don't have any more fucked up stories like this, and we can just get some funny ones out, because I way prefer to talk about the funny shit and not the serious shit.
Me too.
Anybody got any comments or anything, y'all can email us at motorcopchronicles@gmail.com. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review, write us a review. We're also on YouTube, Twitter. If you want to be a guest or something, email us, hit me up on Messenger or something like that. We can work something out. And I ain't gonna say my normal saying because we got Doc with us, but hey, until at least next Wednesday, come back and listen to us, and we'll see what the hell we're going to talk about then. Hopefully we'll have some funny stories. So
that's right.
Till next week, stay safe.
Love you, brother.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made.